This program is dedicated
to the education and exploration of disabled life,
giving voice to the life and experience of people with disabilities.
We cover a wide array of issues and disabilities.
We are people who discuss issues we are passionate about
and topics we are interested in.
We show how disability is in the mind of the beholder.
This is John, and welcome to another episode of Accessible Airwaves on CJSW 90.9 FM. Today, Morgan, Adam, and myself will be interviewed by Doug on our time over the last year on Accessible Airwaves.
Good morning, this is Doug. I'm interviewing John and Morgan this morning in regards to them joining CGSW and also being involved in Accessible Airwaves. Good morning, John.
Hey, good morning, Doug.
John, why did you join CJSW and how did you become involved in Accessible Airwaves?
How did I join CGSW? Adam Cairns introduced me to the radio station he was volunteering at. And I gotten interested in becoming a part of it. And why I joined it? Just for why I joined it because I want to have more involvement in the disabled community, interviewing and what they've done there, what we do here.
So, John, you've been involved in doing editing. How has that been going?
Well, editing has been going good. I've done editing on the audio, which is in probably March 2020, before the pandemic hit. And I got more into editing as soon as 2023 started, and I got more into that.
Now, John, you've been involved in interviewing as well. How does that process work?
Well, I've been involved in interviewing while the pandemic cases were soon to drop. I've done it through Zoom, and I've never done it in the studio, not even once.
What's the process of doing interviews? What kind of steps do you take to prepare for interviews?
Okay, we would contact the director or any possible contact. Interview is we would contact the person who runs it or whatever, and we would prepare the questions that we could ask them, and we set up a time to interview, and what else? We edit it.
Thank you, John. Could you tell us one of your favorite episodes over your time with CGS, with Accessible Airwaves? And then could you also tell us what your favorite one has been in the past year?
Okay. Well, the favorite episode this past year, I've did editing on the AFS program, the film projects, which it took me I've done editing on that episode, and I have noticed that I've heard of AFS before when some of my former classmates from junior high or junior high school when were a part of that.
Thank you, John.
Yep, you're welcome, Doug.
Here's a portion of the episode from AVS and the movie project that John has been talking about.
So welcome to the show, Liam and Christian, and welcome to Accessible Airwaves.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Thank you.
So hi, Liam and Christian. Could you tell us a little bit more about the Autism's Asperger Friendship Society, known as AFS?
Yeah, for sure. So AFS is a non-for-profit organization here in the city of Calgary. It's a social recreational program for people on the spectrum. Not exclusively. We also support a lot of other people as well. We've been around since 2004, and so we're approaching that 20-year mark pretty quickly. But we provide a lot of different kinds of programming. So we have, an adult day program. We have an after-school program. We do a lot of community and care-based stuff. And then we have our specialized program stuff, which is kind of what we're here to talk about.
It's Christian pretty much covered it there. We've been around since 2004. We essentially, the whole idea for the program was based on the whole philosophy Dean has on through so many organizations similar to AFS that deal in people on the spectrum or those with different abilities. One of those things, the big thing those places were all lacking was allowing kids to be kids and actually take risks and outside of a whole therapeutic mindset. So the whole organization has been very much based around that. I emphasize to our parents, we are not therapists where I describe my job as literally I take kids or young adults out into the community to just have fun, and it's my job to make sure that things go properly and that people are having fun and nobody's getting hurt and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. Liam mentioned Dean Svoboda. He's our executive director, so he started it in 2004, and it's been on a roll ever since.
Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, Doc.
Morgan, can you tell us when you joined CGSW and why you joined Accessible Airwaves?
Oh boy, my dad is Victor Gibson. I think I was here about a long time now. I don't remember the year was, no, but I did the filtering falls, so I did the cleaning the real life wiggles for getting clear up and doing the make it better architect stuff and essentially the worker who used to be with us. With us when a bit ago, he introduced me particular other for Airwaves. So I said yes to it. So I am here.
Morgan, what have you enjoyed about Accessible Airwaves?
Great question again. One thing I would be, I would like to talk. I don't have a lot to say. I love music, and if I take that out my pen out and I focus my talking like today better about my COVID. I take my COVID and yeah.
So, Morgan, over the last year, you've been involved in interviews and either doing the interview or helping with recording and things like that. What has been your favorite episode over the past year?
Oh boy. Okay. My favorite episode, it will be will be my personal favorite will be the one we do the Special Olympic water one, no sport, because I did interviewing my brother actually because it was my brother Marcel. He used to be a coach for my dance thing. So this one time was for my birthday, and yeah, I guess better by more, but yeah.
Thank you, Morgan. Here's a short piece from the Special Olympics interview that Morgan did with her brother. Enjoy.
I am Adam, your host for today's episode. The first interview is Morgan from the Accessible Airwaves Collective talking to her brother, who is a coach with Special Olympics for downhill skiing. Following their interview, I also talked with Morgan and Marshall. Morgan has Down syndrome and she discussed her personal experience with Special Olympics.
Welcome to CJSW. So my name is Morgan Green, and I am interviewing my brother, Marcel.
Hey, Morg, how are you?
I am good.
Well, that's good to hear.
How did you get involved in Special Olympics?
So, I got involved about 2 years ago when you actually came up and said, Marshall, I think I'm ready to start skiing. And I was pretty excited just knowing that you wanted to do it because we tried when you were younger and it was a bit difficult. But right when you said that you wanted to go for it, I had all boots on the ground, ready to go. So, got involved about 2 years ago, and it's been a blast so far.
Oh, I like that.
That was a good answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like what you say.
Well, yeah, you're the one that started it. You've been doing Special Olympics now since you were a little one with swimming and all that. So, yeah. So thank you for actually getting me involved with Special Olympics. It has been an eye-opener for sure.
You're welcome. And how long have you been coaching?
So, been involved with Special Olympics pretty much for the past 10 to 15 years, always doing some volunteering events, especially with your swimming too, when you were doing that when you were younger. It's doing a lot of stuff around the swimming pool, helping out the athletes get ready, or even just doing the time trials too, holding the stopwatch at the very end, right? Yeah.
I do remember that.
Right? And you remember that. And like how you always had to reach out and touch the line or the very end of the swimming pool to stop your time. So I was doing a lot of that kind of stuff. And then, about 2 years ago, like I said, got involved with skiing. And it has, it's been amazing so far. It's been a lot of fun.
What is her favorite part of coaching?
Good question. I'll try to break it down. But the best part is watching the athletes excel and being the best of their capabilities. Watching the athletes grow from the very start of the skiing year. Say, when do we usually start, Morg? Is that in October?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was October we started. And just watching some of the athletes from October and then all the way into the end of February, seeing how well every athlete grows. And everyone has different learning attributes, but how we are all able to connect is my favorite part. And seeing everyone smile at the end of the day is the best thing.
Do you have special training or to be a coach? But what would that look like?
So you do have to have training to be a coach. With that, it's mostly first aid training. So we need to make sure that we're certified to use AEDs, which is a defibrillator, just in case of heart attacks or anything like that. Also to very responsive first aid. So just as an example, if an athlete falls on the ski hill, knowing what to do in that situation. And also to, I was taught how to further your guys' skiing abilities. So learning multiple stretches, coaching drills, and also to just more on a personal level too, how to talk or not to talk, sorry. What am I trying to say here? How to communicate towards different athletes, because some athletes have autism and other athletes have Down syndrome, and there's all different varies of an athlete. So we really want to make sure how to communicate to every individual. And that was a learning curve for me too, because dealing with you my whole life, it's been awesome. I know how to talk to you very well, but there were some athletes that I had trouble with, and that was just because I like to joke around, have fun, but some athletes took me very seriously, and that was a big learning curve that I had to go through. So we did get some training on that, but a lot of the training is hands-on too. So anyone can do it. If anyone's listening, please join up.
Morgan from for Airwaves at CJSW. That is interviewing Adam on its last day producing a podcast for Airwaves.
Hello, Adam. Thank you for spending some time with us this morning. We are excited that we get to take a turn and ask you some questions. Please tell us about your experience with Accessible Airwaves and the CJSW station. How did you come to join the team, and what was that like for you?
First of all, when I heard about CJSW, mostly I just was volunteering here, cleaning the records and digitizing some of their CD collection. And then I heard about Accessible Airways through a previous CRW or support worker, Ryan, who's gone on to better things. And he asked someone who was wearing a CJSW T-shirt, and what she was doing with the CJSW, and then he found out about Accessible Airways. He suggested to me to join this collective, and I joined the collective at in a monthly meeting, and then seeing how they work out, how they figure out to get the different topics or interviews for that month, and then was interviewed, and then was trained for editing, producing, and hosting. So making sure how to set up everything, and making sure I do the interviews or writing the interview questions up and stuff like that, and did that for 7 years.
What are some of your favorite episodes and the reasons why you enjoyed them?
My favorite episodes are the Rocky Mountain Adaptive. That was really, really informative episode, because that one was on Zoom, but it was really, really cool that they were discussing their different programs they have during the summer and the winter months. So like the summer months, they have like biking and kayaking or river rafting, but they have like bikes that are accessible for people who don't have abilities to use their legs, but they can use their arms to move the bike. Or in the winter, they have a sit-down ski thing for people to go down the hills at Sunshine in Banff. So they were in Banff and Canmore. So they did a lot of different things for people who have different abilities, who want to do things outdoors. They have like that.
Do you have any moments that you were proud of during your several years with Accessible Airwaves? And are there any memories that stand out to you?
Proud moments are mostly getting the Accessible Airways members trained for how to produce and edit a show, and as well get them to interview people like myself or someone in the community, and try out to write out emails and interview questions, and seeing if they want to, do interviews, and trying to step in that role as well, to be behind the mic. And favorite memories are mostly like going live during the funding drive season in October. We discuss what we're pretty much discuss about, like why NCCW is so important to us, and why is Accessible Airways important to us, stuff like that.
Did you face any challenges when being a part of Accessible Airwaves?
Not exactly, but the challenge was usually, sometimes it happens, but that episodes or interviews won't come through, and we have to do a rerun. So we try to think of a rerun that we haven't done, over the months, or if we want to do another interview that is in that same topic or in a different topic, we can record that interview, that topic or interviewee in that month.
As a team, we've regularly seen your confidence within the workplace space and admire the skills you have built that help support the Accessible Airwaves team. What do you feel you learned from your time with the radio broadcasting?
I built my confidence because I thought to build it for myself and for others to, well, they build their confidence to as well, to take them through this, and they will speak clearly and announce, and they'll kind of take it slow to do interviews, and then like they could take the questions once or twice because it's pre-recorded, so it's really nice. And as well with the broadcasting, because I really enjoy it, and it sparked my kind of interest with it through the years.
And you've kind of improved writing skills and interview skills and things like that as well, right?
Yes, I improved my writing and interview skills as well, like writing out emails or interview questions. Same with the collective, trying to help them, or the support workers will help them with the interview questions or the emails as well.
So, Adam, what are the next steps for you, and where do you see the next chapter taking you?
So the next steps for me, I am right now during this year, and in September of this year, I'll be going to the broadcasting program at Mount Royal University with the IPSE program, or the Integrated Post-Secondary Education, for 4 years, and hopefully maybe work at a radio station like this or any other radio station, something like this, be a host or an editor or producer, something like that. If that happens, that'd be awesome. But if it doesn't, I'll try to do a YouTube channel or a podcast with CJSW or something like that.
Can you tell the listeners a piece of advice that you think broadcasters should follow? Or is there any advice that helped you along in your journey?
My piece of advice for along with my journey with, especially because now I've been learning different skills like writing interviews, writing emails, leading the Accessible Airwaves Collective. Keep doing what you're doing. Make sure, go over the questions clearly and announce them. Practice in front of a mirror. Practice with your parents. Do a practice in one of these studios at CJSW or anywhere pretty much, and you build that confidence of speaking clearly in front of a group or by yourself.
Okay, great. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
That was Jack interviewing Adam on his last day with Accessible Airwaves. We wish you all the best, Adam, in her future.
All the best to you, Adam. Thank you for listening to this recent episode of Accessible Airwaves on CJSW 90.9 FM.